Hello guys, this is That Duck Sauce and welcome back to our long-awaited return on YouTube. If this is your first time joining us, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for all news and updates Swtor related. Today's video is the patch notes for 6.02, which is due to drop on December the 12th. So let's get right into it, guys. That's right guys, so patch notes for 6.0.2 have dropped. Ranked PvP Season 12 will begin on the 12th of December. All players who participated in Season 11 are going to find the rewards waiting for them in their mailboxes. Review the Warzone section for a list of changes that are coming in Season 12. We also get some new missions dropping this time, guys. The Mekshar Trade House is looking for assistance in acquiring goods from across the galaxy in a new series of daily quests that will be available after completing the Onslaught Mekshar storyline. It's that time of year as well, guys, because Life Day will be returning. Denzians across the galaxy, get ready to celebrate Life Day. This event is going to run from December 17th through to January 7th. You can throw snowballs, hug Wookiees, and earn rewards. Just get out there and celebrate Life Day, guys. And December the 20th doesn't just see the release of The Rise of Skywalker. It also marks 8 years, 8 remarkable years since the launch of Star Wars The Old Republic. And in order to honour that momentous occasion, a special anniversary personnel vendor will be found on the fleet, offering up some special rewards between December 17th and January 7th. There have also been a few general changes made in this update as well. Using items on training dummies to affect their health now appears in the combat log if you have that enabled. They've also corrected an issue where an item rating and stat was not being properly applied on Dantooine. Star Fortresses have also been properly scaled to the player. Taxis on the Republic fleet no longer pass through the environment. And the Operation Group frames will no longer show health values above 100%. There have also been a number of changes to classes and combat as well. Tooltips for abilities with absorb shields will now update the values dynamically for Imperial agents, smugglers, bounty hunters, and troopers as well. Players who want to do their testing via combat logs using training dummies can now disable guild perks by using any of the items that modify the health of the training dummies. But if you move to a new location, it will reapply the guild perks to your character, so make sure that you're cautious with that. There have also been a few changes to the Jedi Knight and the Sith Warrior classes because the Frenzied Power Tactical has now finally been applied to the Jedi Knight fleet vendor and the Sith Warrior fleet vendor, and it was previously only a world drop. The Frenzy also builds up Furious Power on a Warrior or Force Clarity ability charges on a Jedi Knight. Juggernauts will no longer trigger the error, which came up saying that they cannot use it while stealthed. There have been a few changes with the Jedi Consular, Imperial Agent, and Bounty Hunter as well, which will affect the Death Knell 6-piece bonus set for the Shadows. That will now last for 30 seconds as intended. The Frag Grenade ability once again has a sound relevant to the action. And Pyrotechs will have Perilous Flames now increased on the damage of Scorched 20%. Consuming Flames now increases the Immolate's damage by 40% after using Searing Wave, which is up from 20%. And in addition, the critical chance of Immolate is increased by 10% as well. Troopers, the Vanguard hazardous heat now increases the damage plasmatized by 20%. Overcharged plasma now increases plasma flares damage by 40% after searing wave, which is also again up from 20%. In addition, the critical chance of plasma flare is increased by 10% as well. There have been a number of changes to the crew skills. Finally, this has been long awaited since Onslaught dropped. Crafted items that are deconstructed will now always drop materials related to their professions as intended. They've also reduced the amount of materials required to craft items of premium, prototype and artifice quality that were introduced in Onslaught. Crew skill missions can now drop more premium quality materials. The Wealthy Yield crew skill missions now reward more materials as well. And crew skill missions that show grade difficulty have had their failure rate reduced. There has also been a big increase to the probability of learning an upgraded schematic from deconstruction. I have seen a few of the reverse engineering or deconstruction percentage transfers before. Some of them have been 5%, some of them have been 10%, so it'll be great to see a big increase in that. The big one, as far as crafters are concerned as well, is that solid resource matrices are no longer required to craft items that are below artifact quality. That is going to be a big game changer in the GTN as far as crafting and selling is concerned, without a doubt. They have also rebalanced the overall inflow ratio of materials by quality to be more in line with the crafting costs. Crew skill mission trainers have also been added to Onderon. We've also seen a change to operations. It is no longer possible for a player in 16 player operations groups to receive no loot in those rare situations. We've seen a few alterations to the items and economy in the game as well. Ranked Season 11 rewards have been moved to the prior year rewards vendor. They've also corrected the preview and unlock for the Hunter's Lodge rug, which is in red, and the Onderon rug in red, in the Stronghold decorations. Kira and Scourge's armor in Onslaught have also had their icons restored. The Grade 11 Satchel of Crafting Materials bags can now be opened by characters of any level. In the past, that used to be level 75s only who could open those. The personnel decorations that drop in Objective Meridian have also had their maximum unlockable quantity increased from 1 to 999, whoever even has that many of them. They've also updated a number of instances where renowned crates were actually showing as command crates. Satchels of crafting materials, which is again the grade 11 bags from Conquest, now contain grade 11 materials as intended. Companions that are placed in Stronghold decorations can no longer be pulled using Extricate or Rescue abilities. And we have seen a big increase in the tech fragment cap, guys. That has finally gone up from 5,000 to 10,000. We've also seen some changes to missions and NPCs as well. Theron will no longer reappear in cutscenes in the Objective Meridian flashpoint for the Republic players who have killed him previously. Imperial players who complete the main story mission securing the plans will now always receive the follow-up mission failsafe as intended. Enemy NPCs inside phased areas during the Heroic 2 missions, Junker's Jot's crew, and A Matter of Respect will no longer respawn. Kira and Scourge will no longer be marked as that they want to talk when they actually have nothing to talk about. The combat space mission Kaylee Fortification will no longer grant space mission weekly passes as a reward. After realising that she isn't defeating trees, Shay Vizsla's companion will stop saying timber all the time. They've also addressed a number of instances where mission markers would take place through the opposing faction bases. The supply boxes for the mission Destroy Republic Supplies on Onderon will now respawn faster. The map markers for the hidden shipment data on the Heroic 2 mission A Matter of Respect on Mekshar will now be in the correct location. Interactable items for the mission A Simple Discourse on Onderon will now respawn faster as well, and some items that are required for the mission 2 Birds and 1 Stone will no longer spawn under the ground in some situations. And finally, for those of you who take part in war zones, players who decline a queue pop or leave a match early during ranked war zones will now be unable to queue again for 15 minutes. They've also increased the rating penalty for declining a ranked PvP queue or leaving a match early from 15 to 25. They've made adjustments to matchmaking where previously allowed a single tank or healer to prevent ranked PvP queues from popping. And in addition to minimum rating requirements, each ranked PvP rank now has a minimum games won requirement as follows. Bronze will need 25 wins, Silver will need 50 wins, Gold will need 100 wins, and the top 96 players need 200 wins minimum. And that is all of the patch notes for Game Update 6.0.2. Don't forget as well, guys, the game will be offline between 5 AM and 9 AM Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 PM to 5 PM Greenwich Mean Time. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on so that you get notified of any videos that we release. And I will catch you guys in the next video.